I will be brief. Turning to the program integrity, there's a dimension that is similar to access in that it's difficult, if not impossible, to compare California directly to other states. And let me explain the why of that. California is somewhat unique in that we still maintain, as a matter of policy, a significant TANF program in our state.
A significant
TANF program.
TANF program, yes.
What we call CalWorks. When you saw Ms. Bone's slide at the beginning, she illustrated the difference in child poverty if CalFresh didn't exist and what the other programs represent. That's that other programs. And in California, we allow children to remain eligible even if the parents have become ineligible, which means that our focus on the way we approach operating our programs, CalWorks and CalFresh, is very much focused on the accurate front-end eligibility determination. That's where our program integrity really lives. Now, if we ensure we're issuing benefits correctly, then we don't have to, in essence, uncover and recover on the same sort of scale that if there's a margin of error at the front end. And we've sort of consciously, I think, said to ourselves, with an accuracy rate of almost 98%, it's better to do it right first rather than be in sort of pay and chase mode as a standard. However, the best eligibility system will not produce 100% accuracy. We know that. Even though Mr. Bland said that's our goal, we work towards it. So we're committed to having the policies and the resources that correct those problems that do occur and have meaningful consequences for people who deliberately take benefits they're not entitled to. Obviously, a fair amount of the incorrect issuance is sort of innocent error or administrative error, but where it is deliberate, we have to pursue that. Mr. Bland and our colleagues from Los Angeles and Stanislaus counties will elaborate on those procedures and additional measures, but I would just like to sort of put them in the context of the world in which we're living and trying to operate in CDSS. Just since the last time this was sort of a discussion of review and the last audits, and et cetera, we've had a number of sort of world changes in our environment. Most notably, ACA was adopted, and with it, the creation of a whole new technology that we have to make our source systems work with, and which will ultimately provide us good, we hope, good identity verification sorts of benefits, income verification information, but that's a developmental process. Second, with the passage of AB 6 and semi-annual reporting, as well as other major changes in the CalWorks program that have occurred in recent years, our systems have been re-engineering for those. And while our priority in California has historically been on initial verification, determination, and doing it right, there has been a growing national concern about trafficking of benefits in the SNAP program. And just to clarify what we mean by that, these are people who legitimately have the benefit. It wasn't that they got the benefit fraudulently, but they are using it for an unauthorized purpose. It may be very casual, or it may be more systematic than that. California sort of was in the lead among states in terms of things like restricting EBT access at certain locations, adult entertainment facilities, casinos, et cetera, where there was a feeling that that pointed towards potential abuse of benefits. We were also a sort of a pioneer leader in looking at the fact that there was benefit trafficking going on social media, and our IT shop has created sort of automated tools to constantly scan social media, as has some of our counties, so that we can identify and bring those down. And some, not all of the social media, are very cooperative with us in terms of immediately removing what we identify. USDA Food and Nutrition Service has asked us to focus on use of benefits at certain high-profile retailers where they've determined that there is systematic improper transactions occurring. We've developed a sort of a stakeholder plan to do that. I just want to make a note about our stakeholder role. We're the biggest state, we have the most participants, and one of the ways we get things done effectively is we directly involve our counties, we directly involve legal advocacy groups in the development of plans, development of regs, and that way we don't have false starts. We don't start out and then get stopped in a court case or whatever and go back to zero all over again. That can be frustrating to some people because it does take time. Good process does take time. Democracy does take time, and getting it right takes time. We're on target to be able to report those retailer transactions to FNS on an agreed-on schedule, and that is moving forward. So I just wanted to conclude by saying our goal is clear. Our path is circuitous sometimes. There are other issues that crop up that pull us this way and that way, but we're very clear that at the end of the day, we want a system that is giving benefits just to those who are eligible for it, and where there are any patterns of abuse to it, we want to be able to deal with it. That said, we are a county-run system, and we have to defer certain judgments, and we should defer certain judgments to local policymakers who are deciding on the balance of where to put their focus, their energies, their efforts, and local prosecutors make decisions about what activities they would